Welcome to Genesis War, Day 2. Before we get started, I need to heal our troops and get everyone back into top condition. Also, ever since the last update, the bot rentals on Sonabots have stopped working, so we've had to hire some alternative bots for now. Luckily, thanks to our awesome sponsor, we were able to get 3-day rental bots to support us throughout this 3-day war. Huge shout out to JPlaw for hooking us up and helping keep this work going strong. Alright, let's gear up, cause data starts now. So the first chainsaw zombie wave has started, and I'm really hoping we pull a good weapon drop, something like the Seed of Calamity. If we get that, we'll be able to raid harder and stack up the resources we need for the upcoming island raid and archipelago raid. We also need those field points, especially if the enemy decides to compete with us on this first chainsaw zombie wave. Every point counts, and every advantage matters.
Nice.
Sadly, our Genesis War has been quiet since day 1. Nobody wanted to fight at all, so we automatically wins on both day 1 and day 2, putting us straight into the final ring for round 3. I didn't bother recording day 2 because nothing really happened. Hopefully day 3 will finally bring us a real match and an enemy willing to fight back. If not, then it's looking like an easy streak of 3 consecutive wins in 3 days of Genesis War. We also haven't used any of our resources since day 1, because no fights means 0 casualties, no massive hospital healing, and no heavy battles at all. Nothing major has happened yet, but that might change. So let's move right into day 3 and see if the final ring uses an enemy who can at least put up a decent fight. What are we waiting for? Let's dive in.
The next day.
We're now on day 3, and I'm pretty sure we'll finally have good opponents today. Ones who can give us at least a decent 1-hour fight and actually compete with us for the Science Hub. But honestly, whether the enemy fights back or not, it's fine. We already have 2 wins. And the difference between getting 3 wins or 2 wins in terms of rewards isn't that big anyway. Still, if the enemy decides to compete and fight us later tonight, that would be great too. At least we get some real action. And we finally get to use the tons of resources we've been saving up since day 1 of Genesis War. So, 2 big alliances, BIZZ and LR, have already teamed up. And by the way, we got rejected again by BIZZ when we asked to be their ally. That means BIZZ and LR will both be competing against us in this final ring. So we don't really have a choice now. XYZZ will be our default ally for the final ring, and that's completely fine. Big shout out to the entire XYZZ alliance. Do your best. Stand strong. And let's win this final round of Genesis War together. We climb straight into the IZZ's territory to get some warm-up action and see if they would fight back. After all, every alliance that made it to the final ring definitely worked hard to win their earlier rounds in Genesis War. And honestly, the IZZ wouldn't have rejected our alliance request unless they planned to fight us, so I'm sure they're ready. And finally, we can actually use our resources now if they give us a good fight. Day 1 and Day 2 are completely actionless, so a real battle would be a nice change of pace. Well, someone from the BIZZ Alliance tagged and replied to my message in the Genesis War chat, and it's pretty clear what kind of reply it was, a toxic one. Looks like we've got a clown showing up in the final round of Genesis War. Let's see just how frustrated and how loud this toxic clown gets.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Looks like the first clown now has backup. His partner jumped in right after him. I never said anything insulting, never tagged anyone, and didn't direct anything at them personally. All I said was that we finally have a chance to use our resources, since we didn't get to use them on Day 1 and Day 2 because we won by default. But somehow these two popped up instantly and started replying like they were offended by nothing. What a pair of overreacting comedians. And now he's all over the Genesis War chat. He's even saying we're scaring him. Wow, maybe he's on something or just had too much coffee. Honestly, players like this are the true clowns of the Genesis War chat, showing their frustration and turning themselves into a crybaby. Well, these two clowns are forming a trash talk duo. They don't seem to realize they're putting their alliance's name at risk. Every time they trash talk and chat, they're dragging BIZZ's reputation through the dirt, especially their leader. Because if the members are toxic, it usually reflects on the leader showing a lack of roles, guidance, or professionalism during events. Here's the twist. The guy who trash talked us earlier is a spender with 245 million power. He's clearly spent a lot of money on the game, but apparently he won't spend a dime to see a doctor and fix his, let's call it madness issue. I'm not a big spender in this game. Sure, I spend a little, but nothing like him throwing thousands of dollars just to get ahead. I've grown my power purely through event rewards. If you're one of my subscribers, you know how we grind points and earn rewards in every event. And especially how we compete against players like him, yet we still manage to secure our spot in the top 5 whenever it's island raid or archipelago raid. But this guy, all he's got is a loud mouth. He thinks spending money alone makes him strong, but that doesn't make him a better player. And take note, even with just 208 million power, we managed to frustrate and make a small whale cry. That's how strong and smart we are. The war has started and we're 5 minutes late, but it doesn't matter. Our players already know what to do, where to go, how to move, and who to annihilate. We don't even need plan markings at this point. We're heading straight to the BIZZ Alliance, and we'll see who the lucky player is that gets hit first by our Seed of Calamity. My farm account is holding that seed right now, locked, loaded, and ready to fire. And BIZZ is slowly walking right into our trap. Every second they stay on that front line, the chances get higher that one of them will be struck by the seed of calamity. Sooner or later, someone's getting hit, and when it lands, they're gonna burn in this Genesis or final round. It's time to put the BIZZ Alliance name to the test. Their tower is already burning, and anyone who stays on a front line is next. If they don't pull back, one of them is going to get hit and burned in game. My main target is their alliance leader's base, since that's where the real resources are. The rest of their members don't have much worth raiding, so the leader's stash is the priority. Before we unleash the seed of calamity, we'll make sure their leader resets her battle fever. That way she won't expect what's coming. It's going to hit her as a complete surprise. We'll also make sure nobody heals their tower, so the moment we strike, our main plan to burn the leader's base will be guaranteed. Once everything lines up, it's a 100% success hit. I already hit their leader with the Seed of Calamity, a perfect bullseye shot. Now, all that's left is to raid her stockpile of resources and burn down her shelter in-game. This is the kind of lesson players learn the hard way when they get careless on a battlefield. In war, anything can happen. That's why you have to stay prepared, think twice, and play smart. Acting strong won't help when an entire alliance decides to swarm you. This is how we play. We were born and raised as soldiers of the game, warriors built for war. On every battlefield, we don't rest. We advance, we dominate, and we annihilate anything that stands in our path in game. This is our style, our discipline, and our legacy on every ground we set foot on. And now we get the hub, so we can relocate closer to the LR Alliance and help our ally who is getting pushed by them. Team play is very important in this kind of event. Unlike this dude who doesn't understand how this war works. All he knows is to swipe and dump cash in the game to get strong, then ask for a 1v1 in a team fight event. Yeah, he's got money, but his money can't make his alliance win in a real event. That's a total noob move, thinking spending cash alone is enough, while ignoring strategy and teamwork. And now their alliance leader, the one we struck earlier with the Seed of Calamity and got burned, is active on the Genesis War chat. I know 100% she's mad at what we did, acting toxic as I predicted. As I said before, a leader sets the tone for the whole alliance. A toxic leader breeds toxic members. It's not just about winning. It's about how you handle defeat, how you treat others, and how you represent your alliance. Leaders must teach their members to accept losses with humility and respect. Yes, losing can be frustrating, but showing good sportsmanship builds a strong reputation, and reputation matters. Alliances known for respect and fair play are the ones others want to team up with. If your alliance is known for being toxic, no one will want to ally with you, no matter how strong you are. But if you're known for being honorable and respectful, even in defeat, you'll earn lasting respect and more allies in the long run. We managed to reach the top on this ground. 3 wins means good rewards. Even if Genesis War is known for having lackluster rewards, but hey, a reward is still a reward. Also, stay tuned because we received an invitation to play in the District Showdown event with an alliance. So on Monday, we'll move to that alliance and play District Showdown to improve our power even more. That's it for this video. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe, and make sure to ring the notification bell so you won't miss my upcoming District Showdown vlog. See you soon on my next vlog. Peace out.